50 Cent has confirmed that Jay-Z is the first person Diddy is coming after following his release. Allegedly, Jay-Z set Diddy up to take the fall and is now planning to distance himself from everything. Jay-Z was present at all of Diddy's parties and even named in multiple lawsuits alongside him, but he never even stepped foot in court and somehow got the victims to give up. Is Jay-Z really the mastermind behind Diddy's downfall?
That the same concept with the Super Bowl. See, they don't understand the relationship. They was trying to get him to do the Super Bowl without me.
Wasn't happening.
And that's not it. It wouldn't happen.
No way.
You see what I'm saying? Because he would look and go, it's okay for them, the award shows, not to give me the trophies. If you look at even Jay-Z's career, you can look at that and say the association to Beyonce is when he started to receive the 16 Grammys since he's been with Beyonce. Right? And you go, prior to that, 1.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So that came in association, like you see the kids even have Grammys. Like they don't sing yet. They don't sing.
Right.
They don't rap yet. And they already have Grammys. So it's like they give them this trophy so we secure that they're coming to the award show. It meant that much to the culture that they just gave them.
50 Cent has had beef with Jay and Puffy since the 1990s. After 50 dissed Jay-Z on his How to Rob, where he called Jay-Z a poser, 50 knew that Jay-Z was all bark and no bite. All Jay-Z was capable of was blackballing other artists and using his connections to bring them down. Jay even told everyone in his crew to release their albums at the same time as 50 to make sure he didn't get any sales. Diddy and Jay didn't become billionaires just by making mid-music. They did it by pulling every other artist down.
And, you know, I remember one time walking in the studio, Bleak Beans, everybody was in there, and I was like, man, I'm telling you, man, y'all got a chance right now, just flood it, put out a lot of music, because 50 Cent is coming. And, you know, 4 months later, In the Club hit, and it was over. And it was just like, okay, now everybody got to sit on the sidelines and wait this tidal wave out.
It's a huge difference in energy internationally in 50 Cent and Jay-Z. In fact, his largest selling record sold 430-something thousand copies. My largest selling records sold 5 million. And let them be fooled in America and think there's a competition there. Because America could be purchased. We can buy it with marketing dollars. You see what I'm saying? But the rest of the world, there's not enough marketing dollars to go around.
That's why I made a statement about Taylor Swift.
I wish he would come take one of my awards so I could black his eye in front of everybody.
And Jay disagreed.
I want everyone to be clear. No one's scared of 50 Cent.
Does that bother you? Does it bother you?
No, it doesn't bother me. It's just his choice.
Why would you have to make that clear when no one's ever asked me if I'm afraid of Jay-Z?
The public is responding to his punk presentation. It's not 50 Cent. I don't have a problem with him. Kanye would not take a trophy from me. Neither Jay-Z.
Right.
Neither one of them.
What would you have?
No, we'd have had altercation right there.
50 saw right away what Jay and Diddy were doing. He saw how they tried to bring Nas down and drown out his album. The same guys who claimed they were role models for black artists and wanted to uplift the community were the ones making sure no one else could succeed. 50 never bought Jay-Z and Diddy's story for a second. He knew something was up. Jay and Diddy came after everyone who tried to rise up. If you weren't on board the Puffy and Jay train, you weren't going to survive in the industry. Lord Jamar said the same thing about the gay mafia in hip-hop. All of the record labels worked together, and if the elites didn't like you, they'd make sure your career never took off.
You couldn't be bigger than Jay-Z. You couldn't sell more records than Jay-Z. But all you had to do was listen to Benny Siegel, and Benny Siegel was, oh my God. Oh my God.
Yeah, he said that. That was the first of me actually hearing that. Like, oh shit. Like, I used to have questions like, why every time my album dropped, Jay would drop right on top. He wouldn't let me breathe, or right before me. Like, I was always close, and I always thought like, damn, if a kid, back then it was physical copies. So if you had $20, 20 bucks that you saved up and you was gonna buy an album, and it's under the same house, Rockefeller, between Jay and Beanie Siegel, 9 times out of 10 you won't buy the Jay-Z album. I never understood that every single album that I dropped, Jay dropped right on top. And it was like, damn, Like to have in-house competition at that magnitude was crazy. Jay already the boss, but I always thought that like, let me breathe. But to maliciously plot to hold me back. I don't know, man. I don't believe that. I don't want to believe that. I mean, but like I said, Dane was no better than me.
Jay has been a hater since day one. Rather than make sure that Black artists got more opportunities, he tried to take away the ones they did get access to. Jay tried to stop 50 from performing during the Super Bowl. If it wasn't for Eminem, 50 wouldn't have been able to perform at all. M called the NFL executives and told them he wasn't going to perform if 50 wasn't with him.
The big homie Jay-Z, right? I said to my nephew, I said, yo, listen, I have to ask him this straight up. So I said, yo, who is the people that's on NFL? And he said to me, and I'm sorry for anybody who don't understand, and he said, the white guy called for 50 Cent. So I said, who's the white guy? I'm digging this Jimmy Iovine. And he said, no, Eminem called directly for 50. And he said,
that's his guy.
He said, I can't do it if I can't bring 50 up.
But that's his guy.
That was beautiful.
And guess who's Dre's guy?
Your guy.
Me.
Let's make him know.
I mean, Jay-Z's on a whole nother level. Like, I mean, you know, he's like, but you know what I like about 50? 50's on a whole nother level, but he's still approachable. You still get to meet the people and you know, Jay got to remember the people that made him. You know, I'm not saying I don't got respect. I respect Jay-Z, 50. Used to respect, you know, Diddy, but all that crazy going on. But, you know, I always respected him because I looked at, for New York, those were like the, you know, the guys. You know what I'm saying? The guys with the most money and the most influence. So with Jay is like, when the last time you haven't seen Jay, so I think people are just gonna say that. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I mean, Jay, you know, you gotta remember, he didn't want 50 at the Super Bowl. That was crazy. I'm like,
wait, Jay didn't want 50 at the Super
you didn't
Bowl?
know that? Yeah, he didn't
Well,
want.
I remember Eminem pushed for it.
That was some haters. Yeah,
I remember
pushed for it.
Eminem
Yeah.
was like, I'm not gonna do it unless 50 does it. I heard that.
Yeah,
but I didn't know that Jay was trying to stop it.
I don't think Jay. I don't know. 50 never told me that, but I don't think Jay wanted him there. I don't know.
Because of what, some of the.
I mean,
the back
you
and
know,
forth back in the
it's
day?
competition. You got to think. 50 always been competition for Jay. Remember, I'm about $1. What the 50 Cent?
That was a long time ago.
That was what, 9? What was
Yeah,
that?
but
9?
but after that, they did a song together. Remember
Yeah,
the whole,
of course, but 50 was
sneaker
50
thing?
was always competition for niggas. Then remember Jay said, "Yo, 50's coming." He told Siegel and them, and Memphis Bleak and all them.
Yeah.
And come on, 50's like, he's on a whole nother level. You got to remember, he came after this. He came after Jay and Rockefeller. G-Unit came, and people might shit on G-Unit, but with Eminem, Dr. Dre, 50 Cent, nobody has outsold us, bro.
Yeah.
Nobody has had the effect that we had.
Jay has been a hater since day one. Instead of helping black artists get more opportunities, he tried to take away the ones they already had. Jay even tried to stop 50 from performing at the Super Bowl. If it hadn't been for Eminem, 50 wouldn't have performed at all. M called the NFL executives and told them he wouldn't go on stage unless 50 was included.
Who was kind of like, we're done with this guy. You're not back. You're threatened to say this. Release the footage, right? So they released the footage. He comes out, issues an apology. While his lawyers accused the government of leaking the tape, it was later admitted as evidence in his trial. Again, January deal, March is raiding his house, Miami and LA. May, here's a video being dropped from CNN, even though they've been sitting on it for 8 years. September 2024, book is released, Kim's Lost Words, which, by the way, there's a lot of speculation with this thing here, so whatever I'm reading is not necessarily 100%. It is there, it is not there. The alias they use on who wrote the book is Shanti Millwood, which is an alias for Tupac, which is kind of weird. Why would you use that? This book, appeared on Amazon, allegedly written by Kim Porter, accused Diddy of misconduct with minors. Porter's children denounced it as fake. Investigators revealed the real author was Chris Todd, who claimed he compiled the book from a mysterious flash drive.